Coming up, sure, private jets are cool, but what about private trains? Well, the famous Masters golf tournament just wrapped up and 2 of them are sitting in Augusta, Georgia. We'll get a good look at both, and a lesson on how to jumpstart a locomotive with another locomotive. That's all teed up and headed your way, next. The sun is rising over Georgia, and I'm on I-20, headed east toward Augusta. It's Monday, April 10th, 2023, the day after the final round of the Masters golf tournament. I would imagine most of the spectators are probably headed home by now, including the railroad executives who were there. I have no doubt those executives get the VIP treatment whenever they're in Augusta, and that includes when they're not at the Augusta National Golf Club. Around 6 miles southeast of the course, shiny passenger trains sit after a long weekend of entertaining those C-suite railroaders and their guests. These are known as office car specials, and right now, Norfolk Southern's OCS is built and ready to be turned around. Meanwhile, Burlington Northern Santa Fe's train is broken up at the ramp. I got here bright and early, hoping that both trains would be leaving today, but on the railroad, sometimes things don't go according to plan. If you didn't know, before Norfolk Southern trains crossed the Savannah River into South Carolina, they run down the middle of the road. I came here to Railfan back in 2016, and let me tell you, Augusta did not disappoint. How about this? The Norfolk Southern track geometry train running down 6th Street. Oh, and I also followed behind this SD40-2 light engine. Of course, the trains don't have to stop for traffic lights, but cars do. Okay, back to Augusta in 2023, and there's not too much activity on 6th Street today, but just wait, that'll change in a few hours. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing any movement from the BNSF OCS today. From what I was able to gather from scanner traffic, they couldn't get the locomotive to start. Luckily, help was on the way. In the meantime, a Norfolk Southern crew is ready to get their OCS pointed north, so it can make its way back to Altoona, Pennsylvania. To do this, they'll have to work with nearby competitor CSX to Y the entire consist. And by the way, a Y is basically a 3-point turn for a train. If you want a more in-depth explanation, I did a full video about how this is all done. Look for it in the end screen of this video. Anyway, before they could back up, the NS crew would need to wait on this CSX train to move. While they wait, we get a good look at this theater car, the Buena Vista, with its huge rear window. That window is currently covered up and protected since no one will be riding back here, but I would imagine this is the place to be during inspection trips on the main line. Okay, with CSX out of the way, it's time for the conductor to climb on and help the engineer back this thing up. As they reverse, you can see just how long this consist is. My favorite coach is this dome car, the Delaware. Much of the rolling stock here is former Southern Railway or Norfolk and Western equipment, but this car actually used to pull passengers out west for Santa Fe. I'll bet the view is great up there, but like the coveted green jacket, very few people get to experience these private rail cars. Those who do are treated to lounges, observation platforms, sleeping compartments, and, according to the website altoonaworks.info, this coach, the Georgia, has a gym. The car closest to the engines used to haul baggage, but now generates electricity for the coaches behind it. In total, there are 18 cars in this train today. Alright, we're now at the rear of the train again. Part of it is on 6th Street, and the NS crew is getting ready to enter the CSX yard in Augusta. Around 30 minutes later, they've Y'd the train and it's headed back onto the street. It's now facing north. The engines up front are ST60Es, rebuilt locomotives that you'll only see on Norfolk Southern. All of them, except these, pull freight. NS 7034 and 7035 have both been re-geared to achieve passenger train speeds. I've always found these to be a bit odd looking, but these two engines are clean and the train behind them looks amazing. it's time to check out what BNSF brought to Augusta. Like the Norfolk Southern OCS, BNSF also has a theater car at the end of its train. The car is named for William B. Strong. He was president of the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway from 1881 to 1889. This train also has a generator car, since the freight locomotives used to pull these don't provide electricity for things like lighting, heating, and air conditioning. If you want a more in-depth look at the BNSF office car special, check out the end screen of this video. Up front today is a GE ES44C4. These locomotives have 6 axles, but only 4 of them are powered. This is just a guess, but I would imagine these would be more suited to pull passenger trains than other 6-axle diesels. Unfortunately, this thing was not ready to pull just yet. For some reason, it wasn't starting, but the fix for that seemed pretty straightforward. They would need to jump it. Yeah, believe it or not, locomotives can be jump-started. I think a few guys from Norfolk Southern's mechanical department were called in to help out with this, and they brought a huge jumper cable. Not quite the same as what you jump your car with. Look closely, and you can see that NS7034 has a small plug that the cable attaches to. After getting that engine running, it wasn't long before BNSF 3272 was powered up. But it wasn't clear when they'd be leaving.
We got that engine cranked, seeing how long before they can get a crew this way. Good luck.
After all the excitement, it was time to hook these shiny steel stallions back up to the OCS. I'm not sure when these trains finally headed home, but even though I didn't get a chance to see them leave, I would still say, once again, Augusta did not disappoint. While I was in Augusta, I met some local rail fans, and man, they really knew their stuff. The train crew that was flying the NS office car special was also friendly. I spoke to the engineer, and he said he actually got a chance to run those old EMD-F units that Norfolk Southern used to own. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, here they are. Fellow rail fan and photographer Stuart took these great photos of the F units in their classy Southern Railway-inspired tuxedo paint scheme. Anyway, that's it for now. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.